first?
That'll be me, I believe.
Oh, right. Then off you shoot.
My word, Admiral, you've certainly cleaned your plate up.
Next. Yes, Claude, you're the Admiral.
You don't read so well, Claudie.
Oh, look, try not to interrupt, will you, Rosie?
Well, it's extraordinary first play. It's two plays in one. We've got the central character, Nick, is writing a play.
Oh, no, that one's a work in progress.
The almighty thing shit me to death.
And then there's a play that he's actually involved in. Both of these plays share the theme of a second time, or the theme of again.
It took us 2 years to get the rights. It was originally planned for last year, I think. And when it went to council, who decide the directors? It was suggested that we approach Aarne to do the play because
I've directed 8 productions since my first one was in 1983, Enter a Free Man by Tom Stoppard, one of his early plays.
Well, I think it's marvellous that Canberra Rep is doing it to celebrate this auspicious year, Aarne.
Right.
And you've had a long association with Canberra
Indeed,
Rep.
yes.
And I feel the play could not be in gentler, more caring and secure hands.
John's an old friend of mine. We met in Newcastle in 1980 when I was running a company there. We both moved to Sydney, and he found his niche, his feet with the Roy and HG show.
There was a time when I was living just over there, and people living just over here would be very loud with their arguments. And it seemed to me that the congestion was suited so much to the theatre.
Canberra Rep was established in 1932. The society itself has been operating continuously since then and is actually one of the oldest established theatre companies in Australia.
It's a joy to be part of the community here again. It's everybody pitching in, everybody working. It sort of reminds me of my beginnings in theatre, which was much more communal and not as departmentalised as it tends to be today. Like a director would never be allowed to paint a set again.
This is my motley band of set builders, known loosely as Dad's Army, because we're all retired people. We come here on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays for about 3 weeks at a time and build the show.
My aim is to get the show here on the stage on opening night and for the rest of the season in the best possible condition it could be in. And that relates to the best actors that we can find, so it goes back to the audition times and even before that when we're looking at the budget and who's going to be designing the set and who's going to be stage manager and all the rest of that, to making sure we've got the best facilities available, we've got the materials, the tools and all the rest of it to make this wonderful set.
I'm just starting to cut gels before they build a set and lock me out, so I have to climb up a ladder. The set will be built around you if you leave it too late.
Right, where do you get it? Yeah, but not everyone can say it, like that bloke.
That's God-given talent.
Where? It's the way he says where. Where? Well, I can't do it, but where do you...
I don't really make a distinction between amateur actors and professional actors. I guess the two things you're looking for, one is can they play the role?
Jack! Jack! Oh, shit. Oh, look, someone just left it here. They're going to take our guns off us, eh? Who is?
Bring that in.
The government here.
Bring that in.
Bullshit, they are.
But secondly, also interested in what are they going to be like to work with, not only just with yourself, but as part of an ensemble. So you're trying to gauge that as much as their acting ability.
Mini skips.
Putting that extra double there, double eight.
Oh yes, yeah, I'm not.
You're right, because that'll give you the rest.
Double 8 7 double 8 double 5. Double 8 7 double 2 double 5.
Mini skips. You know.
She's change every single scene I do, which does help me. I have 9 changes, which is probably another side to April, is that she's trying to find herself, her path in life, and who she is and where she wants to be.
Well, we've got 2 young characters, the central character Nick and his girlfriend, or turns out to be his girlfriend, April. They're both in a way damaged.
I am sure as many as have good beards or good faces or sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy.
What else can I tell you about Nick? He's an interesting collection of fear and nerves for most of the play.
I'm Nick. I'm aware of the parking crisis.
Crisis? You stay out of my parking space, there is no crisis. You park in my space, there will be consequences.
So they find each other against the background of the pig iron people, the people in the street, who do represent a very different generation and different priorities.
Oh, she's pretty enough. Wouldn't want to walk out in the wind, but too good for him, I reckon.
Oh, he's not a bad sort of a bloke.
He's mad. Mad as Graham, if you ask me.
Oh, no.
He is. He's Graham without the synthesizer.
Well, I play Jeanette. Jeanette has spent her entire life living in number 6 Liberal Street. She was born there.
I was a cook. I mean, the character's a cook. 35 years. He got away from his wife. Yeah. He went with the men, and he had a separate life.
She was married at 16 and had a disappointing life with a man she doesn't love, and he doesn't love her.
He threw me across the lounge room. From there to there. He broke my hip.
Oh, here we go. Didn't I torture you first?
Oh, you never stop doing that. He broke my hip.
For people of that generation and that type, that's the hand that is dealt to you, and you deal with it.
And I know Jack only stayed here after he retired because he had nowhere else to go. And I know he hates me.
He wanted to be a Christian brother, but he mucked around, so he had to marry her. And that was his life. It was almost ordained, but the man lacks imagination.
And what's on the menu tonight, Cookie?
Oh, been marinators and short loin lamb chops, called good price. I'll grill those, steam a few beans, mash a potato, garnish with a little parsley, I think. Haven't a clue what she's having.
She actually has a line that says, "Only the weak walk away from a marriage," and she has persevered with this man for 46 years.
I figure that Rosie didn't go to school maybe past even 12, or she certainly wasn't at school at 14. So she's sort of stuck in her childhood a bit because she really didn't have one, I'd say.
They stayed out of the house when I was home. They became wild boys. One of them is it Jared?
Luke's the one inside.
Luke.
Ah, well, at least one of them is out of trouble.
So I better get tea.
She's a lot younger than you.
I think she is.
She must be, because you were driving trucks and giving her lollies when she was 14.
And I already had kids.
Yes, so there's a big age difference.
Where's Claude?
Oh, there's something wrong with him, Nick. Claudie, there is. He's never hit me before. I've known him for 50 years and he's never hit me once.
And so I guess Claudie became her whole life, because at 14 she would have been jailbait.
The other thing I think about Claudie is that people tend to like him. Are you okay?
I've owned this car nearly 30 years and I've never sat here, not once. Not once sat in the back seat. Try it, come on. Can you get it?
Oh, well, I've had that car for 35 years.
Different from a truck, anyway.
Different from a truck.
Yeah.
Doesn't make such a big impact when you hit someone.
Jack! Oh, Jack! No, someone just left there, Claude. They're going to take our guns off us.
Hold!
Who is?
Bring that inside.
The government is. Bullshit, they are.
Out of all the guns we have on the show, this is actually a live, functional rifle.
The stories, the ruse, the laughter.
When you fire the rifle, the primer goes off with a nice big loud bang, lots of smoke, no projectile.
My advice is to hide your guns.
See, the character is king of that little street. He is the boss of that little street. Now, when the actress comes, my character wants to be the lover. He wants to take over. When the writer is there, he wants to be a writer.
Stay out of this, will you? Look, this is important to me.
The tech could have a writing course, Jack. Maybe, you know, go along.
The tech? Yeah. Well, I got lots of stories. Stories? He's got a million of them. A disappointment in every port.
And the other thing is, from having spent a bit of time with you on the boards, seeing it through actors' eyes. Yes. I like to write roles that actors would love to play, so that everyone has their moment in the sun.
And when I grow too old to dream, you'll still